Good day and welcome to SCO BRICS Insight, where we look at what's really going on in the world of the BRICS. Now, over the last few months, I made a number of videos about the Russian agricultural miracle and how the country is not only self-sufficient in food production, but now a major exporter to places all over the world. Now, most of the people I come across imagine life in Russia as the streets are full of bears on bicycles swinging vodka from a bottle and playing the accordion. Well, I can assure you that stereotype is not quite accurate. And Russia has a long and distinguished history in viniculture and winemaking. I mean, currently the Russian domestic wine industry is experiencing a period of rapid growth. In recent years, the industry has achieved unprecedented levels of success, reaching a new high point in its history. Now, there's been a notable increase in the sales. However, despite the government's support, there are some issues that do require attention. So what can we expect in the future? I mean, how is it going to happen? Well, Russian wine production is expected to reach 70 million decaliters in the next 2024, which is up from 60 million in the previous year of 2023. I mean, that's despite the fact that 2024 was a challenging year for some producers because drought conditions in various parts of the country. But the government is forecasting a yield of 800,000 tonnes of grapes. Now, Dmitry Kiselev, who's chairman of the board of the Association of Wine Growers and Winemakers of Russia, has identified the industry as one of the major and most dynamic sectors of the Russian economy. Now, Russian and even international experts have noticed a serious improvement in the quality of Russian wine over the last 2 decades. Boris Titov, who's a special representative of the president for relationships abroad, says the wine industry has reached a point where it can consider not only the domestic market but also exporting. I mean, he's proposed that more attention be paid to promoting Russian wine abroad as an avenue for further cooperation. And the BRICS Plus Wine Union makes a lot of sense in South Africa as a major player in the global market, and there's a great relationship there. Now, in recent years, sparkling wine producers have enjoyed considerable success. Now, their market share has grown to 74%. Most domestic producers are producing stuff that's less expensive than the imported alternatives, and its quality is just as good. Now, before I continue, I'd like to make an appeal. If you like and enjoy my videos, you can help me fund the channel and my website to further develop it. This is done by making a small donation, which you can do by clicking on the thanks button at the bottom of the video screen. Everybody who donates does get a personal thank you from me, and I'm thanking you all now because I do appreciate everybody who watches one of my videos. Now, Russia had in the past a wonderful and truly even imperial tradition, which the contemporary winemaking in Russia is based on. And if you look back and remember what was done to the vine, the winemaker and the wine drinker less than 40 years ago, then the scale of the industry's recovery is amazing. Now, in the mid-1980s, the communist government, desperate to stay on top and control the population, successfully invented alcohol as an enemy and targeted the country's humble workers and their creativity. They fought against alcohol consumption, which was one of the few ways the proletariat could escape the tyranny of the party was getting drunk. So the Moscow activists ordered the cutting down of about a third of the USSR's vines and destroyed the vineyards. But they didn't achieve much, and as for improved medical concern, they were not caused by wine consumption. Viticulture and winemaking in the early 2000s were in their death throes, and those who could afford it drank Burgundy or Claret, and those who didn't drank wine made from concentrates with water added and acid colourings added. Now, in the 1990s, things started to change a bit. With the support of local government, regional as well as national, they created a legislative base and scientific research that allowed the redevelopment of the industry. They also established the parameters on which wine can be produced, including the types of grapes and other ingredients that can be used. Now, the contribution of science to Russian winemaking has been significant, particularly given their role in studying the vine and decoding its genome. Now, it's inconceivable that this situation would have arisen in France, Italy or Spain, where their viticulture is a matter of national pride and the minutiae of vineyard management is a jealously guarded secret. However, Russian viticulture is characterized by the striking contrast to the approach taken in other countries. It displays its aristocratic openness and gentleness, which dates back to the old imperial Russian days of the Romanovs. The approach is best exemplified by the fact that the godfather of viticulture and winemaking was part of the most noble family of the Russian Empire, the aristocrat Lev Goldstein. Now, the overarching principle that the prince consistently adhered to can be pretty much stated as follows. He wanted high quality wines at affordable prices, and that means that the process between harvesting the right berry and selling the wine must be designed in a way that the revenue generated covers the cost, generates a profit, but also makes the people happy and affordable. Now, vineyards of all sizes continue to expand and develop in Russia, and the objective of the Russian Wine Forum, in collaboration with the Association of Wine Growers and winemakers, is to provide assistance and support to all of the market. And that's where import substitution has been successful. And it's where, despite intense competition from countries around the world, which we have actually political and military differences, particularly France, Italy, etc., Russian winemakers have demonstrated their expertise. And there's no need to be embarrassed. Russia's wine is some of the most outstanding people in wine study, cultivation, production. And they actually make awards for it now. Wine with a refined taste, matured or even aged in a bottle, if it remains on the shelf of a storage facility, is of no commercial interest. However, wine requires an audience, and that's what's happening now. The industry is moving forward in its promotion of Russian wine. With a huge volume of domestic production, which is consistently rising, it means that Russia's ranked 6th in the world in terms of wine consumption. Yeah, Russians drink more wine, far more wine than they drink vodka. And in the context of the strongly influenced tradition of drinking, which was French and Italian, which are both highly expensive and a lot of them are of questionable quality, Russian winemakers have actually worked very, very hard to make sure that their product is of a great quality. And I can attest to that because I drink a fair bit of it. Now, tastings, even conducted anonymously, as blind tastings normally are, demonstrate that the Russian red, white and even rosy wines are now unparalleled in their quality and their taste. And that's unusual for a country that's kind of getting used to it. I mean, we're not exactly Chile or Argentina. So quality control procedures have been rigorous, and they've got rid of the fact that everything was laxed and it was all pretty much vinegar. Now, the assumption that Russian wine and food are incompatible, that's just not true. Red wines with a light, fruity flavour are ideal for eating with borscht or pelmeni, and you look at the white Crimean masterpieces with the aroma of the steppe, herbs and flowers are perfect with Oblivion salads and mimosas and herrings under a fur coat. Now, the roses that are being produced are an excellent accompaniment to appetizers, particularly those with that cold Bolush variety that are crafted in the Cuban region. Now, furthermore, those who don't like a lot of alcohol or just like a little bit of fizz will find the method champenoise produced in the Crimea or Savoyard to their liking. Now, the share of mediocre wines of some European countries seem to be dropping as Russians have begun to realise that their home-produced wines are equally as good, if not better, than the varieties imported from abroad. And they're substantially lower in price, so they get a bang for their buck, better quality wine, and less spending. In this respect, Russian wine growers have mainly promoted the domestic wine consumption by making a superb product at a great price. So the next stop is obviously the export market. Now, thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. You want to help me out, press the thanks button at the bottom of the screen. Make a small donation. Don't forget the comments. Love to read your comments. Love to respond to your comments. And I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.